Join us. Hey, so quickly, this is JJ Birden. I'm former NFL wide receiver. Now, let's see, America's #1 opportunity trainer, best-selling author, top network marketer, father, husband, a little bit of everything. But anyway, I wanted to just drop a quick Periscope. I try to drop one once a week, at least on Monday. I missed last week. It was kind of crazy busy, but I definitely want to share something this week. I like to share, hey, thanks for the hearts. I like to share something on Monday, kind of have a thought, a theme to push through the week. And if you saw on my Instagram, my Facebook page, let's see, where else did I put it? Google Plus. I haven't put it on LinkedIn yet. I posted something I thought that was pretty compelling. It said, in a year from now, we're going to see who was really working. In a year from now, we're going to see who was really working. So why did I decide to post that one today? Well, let me first tell you a quick story. You see this? This is the Kansas City Chiefs playbook back from the day when I was playing back with the Kansas City Chiefs. Let me just show you real quick. See? Playbook. Kansas City Chiefs playbook from 1993. And no matter what level of football you play, high school, college, pro, even the little guys at Pee Wee, everyone has a playbook. And you can only imagine how the plays get more and more sophisticated as you move up, from high school, college, and then get to the pros. It's like learning a new language. These coaches come up with these words and these different terms, and they all mean something. Just to give you an idea. Let me throw a couple of plays at you just to give you an idea how crazy it can be sometimes, because you have to know all this stuff. Let's see, move, solo right, flare, 26, Z, delay, T corner. Imagine getting in the huddle and someone's yelling plays like that, and you got 5 seconds to really digest it, know what to do, know what the adjustments are. Let me give you another example. Red, right, slot, 21, H, curl, Z, up, X2N. I mean, that's an example of an NFL play. But it's like learning your own language, and it's our responsibility to make sure we learn it. So I had a coach back in Atlanta who used to always say, okay, guys, time is going to be the great exposure because we're going to see who's been in their playbook. Now, he would say this before training camp. Now, you bring 80, 85 guys into training camp. They're going to, cut 30-something guys. You end up with 53 guys on a team. So you got a lot of guys to cut. And he would say this because training camp is 6 weeks. It's pretty intense. It's a lot of training. It's a lot of meetings. You're tired. You're dealing with pressure. But you got to be in your playbook. And you've got to be studying, you've got to be memorizing, you've got to try to absorb as much information in a short period of time as you can. And then you've got to perform. You get practice, you get plays, you have a few opportunities to show that you know your plays. And then you know what to do on the field. And so time was really the great exposure because you could tell which guys were in their playbook during training camp. The guys that were up late studying, that were lunchtime studying, in between meetings studying, you could tell because when they called the play, they knew where to line up. That's right. Knowledge is good. Exactly. And the guys that weren't in their playbooks, they were lost. And you felt bad because you could tell. They give the play, they come out of the huddle like looking, and they give you that look like, okay, what's my assignment? And they're looking at the quarterback, they're looking at you, and then they jog to the line and they're kind of lost, and then they're exposed on the film session when you watch the film session later, because you always can see who knows their plays and who does their assignment correctly. That's what's always so interesting when you're watching any kind of college or football game, NFL game. We only see the TV view, but man, if you can ever see the practice, the film version that we get, all the different angles, you see all the mistakes, and you know why certain guys aren't playing. So basically, yeah, time would expose these guys, and no matter how great they were, how athletic they were, how fast they were, what's up, KC in the house, if they didn't know their plays, they didn't know where to line up, they didn't know what to do and when to be there and so forth, they were cut. All right, so what does this have to do with what I want to share? Well, obviously, this equates to the business world. It equates to any type of thing that you're striving to achieve. You're trying to achieve success in some area. It could be whatever. Obviously, success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. So this whole concept of we'll see who really was working a year from now makes a lot of sense. And I'm sharing that because I know people in the industry I'm in network marketing, and I know some people want the quick hit. They want it to happen overnight. But you're constantly telling people, hey, you got to have a long-term vision. You got to see down the road. It takes time. And then you got to have long-term commitment. You got to be willing to make the commitment. Because what you see in life is that if someone is doing the things, the action steps, they've got the plan and they're being consistent, they're following it, over a period of time, you start seeing the results. You start seeing the success. 3 months, 6 months, and especially a year, who's been putting in the work. But if someone has not been putting in the work consistently, today, you don't see the results 3 months down the road. You don't see the results a year from now, but you see someone that really didn't make the commitment. One of my business partners who introduced me to the company I'm in now, he just had a huge rank advancement today. And him and I started working together 2.5 years ago, and he's been working really hard for 2.5 years. And today, he's got a big rank advancement. Why? Because he's put in the work. That's a guy that's been working the last couple years, and he's getting the results that he wants. So just remember that thought. We're going to see who was really putting in the work a year from now. We're going to see who really achieves their goals a year from now, 6 months from now, 3 months from now. Whatever it takes, guys, you got to be willing to make the commitment. Success is an endurance race. It doesn't happen overnight. I played 17 years of football. You count 3 in high school, 4 in college, that's 7. It wasn't until my 3rd year in the NFL that I finally really start playing. That took 10 years of training, of studying, of practice, of being disciplined and staying hungry. So there's my thought for you this week. Remember, what you do today, you might not see the results till later, but be willing to put in back to back days of staying on your program, being consistent and being persistent. So anyway, if you're not following me, feel free to follow me all over the social media world. I am a best-selling author. Remember, when opportunity knocks, go check it out. That book is for everyone. And also